In this live coding demo, we're going to dive deep into hyperlinks. Hyperlinks, or links for short, are what give the internet its magic. They allow us to share and connect with other content, and I'm sure you click on some links on a web page at least a few times a day. So for this demo, we have Visual Studio Code open here on the right and our browser open on the left. Now I'm in the process of creating this page you see before you called page 1. What I'm going to do is use this fictitious page to create hyperlinks and demo all of their features. So let's dive right in. The first thing to do is to show you what my site looks like on disk. And as you can see, I have two pages, page 1 and page 2. I also have this assets folder, and I'll get to that later. But for now you can see I have two pages, and it's quite common on a website that you want to jump from one page to the other. And I'm demonstrating that here with see page 2 for more information. What I actually want to do is make that page 2 words, make those clickable, so when the user clicks on them, I jump to page 2. So enter hyperlinks. Over here in my HTML code, I'm going to add an anchor element and define the href attribute. And there I have defined it as page2.html. So what I'm saying is that when you click on this link, please go to page2.html. So you can see page 2 is now enclosed inside this anchor element, so that will be the hyperlink text. And we'll see that when I save the page. And over here you see that's now a hyperlink. If I click on the hyperlink as a user, I go to page 2, from page 2. So you may have noticed that when I clicked on this page 2 hyperlink, page 1 was replaced with page 2 in the same tab in my browser. And that sometimes is not what you want. Maybe sometimes you want to open up a new tab in your browser. And that's all controlled with this target attribute. So allow me to demonstrate. In this next demo, I say open page 2 in a new window. So here I'm going to make a hyperlink for this new window, and when I click, it will open page 2, but it won't replace this tab with that page. I'm going to open a new tab. And so to do that, I have to again define another hyperlink. It has the same href attribute as the last demo, but this time I'm going to use the target property or target attribute, and I'm going to say the target attribute is _ blank. Now there are multiple target attributes you can define. There's blank and self. Self is the default, meaning open in the same tab. Blank means open in a new tab. So again, I'll just move my anchor end tag behind my words. Here, new window. And when I save my file, you'll see now that new window is hyperlinked. And when I click on it, this time page 2 will open, but watch what happens. Page 2 is opened in a new tab beside page 1. So that's often the behavior that you want on your website. So remember that target attribute. The next thing I want to show you is how do you link out to a page or a site that's not part of your own website. Well, that's very straightforward. It's practically the same as the last two, only instead of a local reference to a page like this, page2.html, we're actually going to enter a location of a page or a site. So here in this remember to always be learning, I'm going to hyperlink always be learning and take us somewhere where we can maybe take a course. So I'll again use my anchor tag, and this time in the href I'll enter a URL to a website. Now I have my anchor tag defined. Again, I'll move the end tag to the end of the words I want to hyperlink, and I will save that. Maybe I'll use the target again so that we can see it side by side. So there I have my target defined as well. So once I save my HTML code, you can see that this phrase is now hyperlinked. Remember to always be learning. And you can see down the bottom it's telling me the name of the link is www.edx.org. So as you can imagine, when I click this link, I get taken to the edX website. So now we have 3 hyperlinks. Let's continue. In this next example, as its name suggests, I'm going to show you how we can get the user to download a file. So let's go back to my folder structure on disk. As I mentioned, I have this assets folder, which is pretty standard in a website to have some folders containing assets you may want to download or you might want to use on your site. In here I have this little file called instructions.txt. It's a text file. What I want to do is I want to get the user to download it. So here I have download our instructions on how to be smarter. So I want to hyperlink our instructions and see how to get that to download. So back in my web page here, in my HTML code, I'm going to add an anchor, and I'll say href equals, and if I just say, remember it's a relative link to that file on my site, so it's assets/instructions.txt. So let's say that's all I enter, assets/instructions.txt. Let's see what happens. Again, I'll move my end tag and I'll save that. So now we have instructions is a hyperlink, and when I click on that, what happens is it actually shows those instructions in the browser, which is not what I wanted. I wanted to download them. I wanted the user to download them. So to do that, I just use the download attribute. I just add that attribute, save my file, save my HTML, and now this time when I click on instructions, it will ask me to want to download it. So I'll say yes and view downloads, and there you can see I've downloaded this file. The next thing I want to do is look at hyperlinks that jump around locally inside your page. So consider this example where I have something, a lot of text or content, and I want to get down here. I want to give the user the ability to jump past some information maybe, or I'm referring them to something else on the page. So that's a local jump on the page. So what I need to do here in order for this to work is I first have to go down to where I want to jump to. In this case, I want to jump to this text, which is here on my page. And what I have to do first of all is I have to set an ID on this element. And here I'll just give it any ID I wish. I'll call it important stuff. Then I go back up to my page, and if I want to hyperlink these words so that when the user clicks, they jump past all this content and down here, I need to create a hyperlink. And this is a special hyperlink because it needs to have a special href. So here I'll add my anchor, and this time I start my href with a hash, which is this symbol here, and then the ID of the element I want to jump to, and we named our element important stuff. So that's my hyperlink, and as usual I'll move my end tag, and when I save my file I now have a new hyperlink, and when I click on it, watch how the page scrolls. It jumps all the way down to you found me. So that's how you can do a local hyperlink on a page. So that concludes our live coding demo on hyperlinks. We've seen how to use the attributes on the anchor tag to jump to pages on our site, visit other sites, download files, and even skip around on the same page.